Hi, my name is Neches Phelps and I'm with the SPED Homeschool Review Crew. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you Math UC Delta. Now, I've been using this curriculum with my son for about 5 weeks now, so I feel like I have a really good solid grasp of it and I can tell you the advantages. I'm going to start with the video. What I really like about the video is that you can tell the instructor loves math. It was taped in such a way that was a classroom setting, so you're getting a close-up of the teacher teaching. You don't actually see the students, but you do hear them answering the questions. What's also nice is that I'm not doing the teaching, so if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily want to be teaching math, this is a really good idea for you. But what's nice is that you're still in control, so I can sit down with my son and turn on the video lesson for him, and then I can pause it when necessary. So the instructor can write out the problem, and then I can I can pause it, and I can have my son do the problem, and then we can press start again when we're ready to continue with the lesson. And this has worked out really well for us. The lessons are really short. I don't even know if they're 5 minutes. I mean, they're really short. The instructor gives his teaches for a few minutes, and then after that there are a few practice problems, and then lets you as the parent or as the child, if your child is that independent, go and start their work. All right, so if you are not a video person, it also comes with an instruction manual. The instruction manual goes into how to use the blocks. Okay, so here are the manipulatives. They are very visual, and he does use them in the video as well. All right, so these blocks are really nice. They don't quite connect like Legos would. You might find that they fall off a lot easier than Legos do, but they are familiar to the kids because they do remind them of Legos. They're really smooth. They're really nice. I found that my daughter, even, who is just starting with math, she really loved these blocks, and she was learning her addition facts really quick for sums of 10 because she was just grabbing a block, and then she would go and she was building a house, and so she knew that this one was 8 and then she needed 2 more. I mean, it was just really easy. She just very, very quickly learned her facts that way. So again, the textbook, it also gives you some other strategies that maybe he didn't go over in the video. And so if you need an alternate way of teaching, or maybe something isn't sticking, there are some other strategies in here and some helpful tips. All right, so that's the instruction manual. Okay, now let's get into the workbook. So what I really like about the workbook is that it gives the kids ample space to write their answers. I know my kid always needs extra space, right? And then also, it's not overwhelming. Like, the amount of work on a page isn't overwhelming at all. This is 11 problems. And so that's just 2C. And so each workbook page, or each workbook lesson rather, is going to be 2 pages. So this one, 2C, is 23 and 24. And like I said, there's always ample space. This one, so this one is 1 through 11 on page 23, and then 12 through 22 on the next page. Now, what I like about this is that there's always ample practice. And so you are mastering whatever's being taught. And so this one is the 2s. This one is the 2s and the 1s. These are multiplication facts of 2s and 1s. Okay, so you are mastering this. Your child is practicing, and it's up to you. You can do 1 page of practice problems one day, 1 page of practice problems the next day, and then when you have decided that your child has mastered that to your satisfaction, then you move on. There's nothing here that says that you have to stay with anything for a very long time, or nothing that says how quickly you move. You decide that. And so if your child is, say, working on multiplication and division like mine is, but maybe can go through it pretty quickly, you can go through this pretty quickly. You could go through this in a semester if you wanted to. If you needed to take longer, if you needed to take 2 years or so, you could spread it out. There's nothing that says that it needs to be done differently. So it's entirely up to you. So if your kid can do the 2s and 1s quickly, 2A, maybe assigned in one day, and then maybe you'll go on to, this right here is called systematic review. And it seems like there is a systematic review in every lesson. And so this one, it goes back and it teaches you different ways to write a multiplication problem. I can tell you that one of the things, just as an aside, that I'm really enjoying about this is that it gives you all of these different ways to write the equation. And so it's not going to be a shocker when your child gets to, say, algebra at a 9th grade level or so and sees all these other ways and then may get intimidated or overwhelmed. The instructor has a really nice way of introducing it, and then they see it all the time. And so I really, really loved that. And so again, this was a systematic review, and you've got a few pages of that. And then if your child absolutely loves math, there is a enrichment, an application if they like. So this one is a color, like a color by number. If the number has 10 as a factor, color the space blue. And then there is another kind of application page, right, which is nice. But again, there's nothing saying that your child has to do it. You are the one in charge. And so I loved that about this program. And it goes on. So I can show you that. So even though you are doing, I think lesson 3 is, so this one is 10s. So it is still reviewing all of the other facts that you've done this year. And then also in the systematic review, this one is pints and quarts and yards and feet. And so I really just liked how it incorporated these various like little tidbits and then kept on going. That way your child doesn't necessarily forget what they've already learned, and then it's not too overwhelming in the systematic review. Now after, I believe it is 6 units or 6 lessons, there is a test. I could be wrong. And then you can go over here. So there is a test for every lesson. And so that's up to you how you use the test booklet. And then there is a unit test. Yes, okay. The unit test goes over lessons 1 through 6. So you could use that as more of a midterm or some kind of, major test that you were using in your homeschool. It's entirely up to you how you use this. And so that's what I liked about it, was the incredible flexibility, right? I hope that if you are interested in using this curriculum, that it has been a help to you. And if you have any questions about it, that you let us know in the comments. I hope everyone has a great day.